Papa Ray was a kind and a humble and a gentle-spirited man. I loved him so much, and I'm so thankful that he was a pillar of faith for our family to look up to, and I'm so thankful for his Christ-like example that he always displayed. And one of the many things that I loved about Papa Ray was listening to him pray. His prayers reflected his sincere love for the Lord and for others, and how he always put others before himself. And he prayed some of the most beautiful prayers I've ever heard, and I just loved hearing him pray so much. Papa Ray was also quite the party animal when it came to family birthday parties. I loved hearing him chime in and say cha-cha-cha between all the happy birthday verses. I love Papa Ray so much, and I will miss him a lot, but I'm so thankful that I was able to share my life with him.
One of my favorite memories about Papa is when he got me this American Girl doll. And I remember him asking me, like, which doll do you want? And I picked her out, and then and he was going to give it to me for Christmas, and he ordered it and wrapped it all by himself. And then Nanny didn't even know that he was ordering it. And she said, I recognize that box. It's an American Girl box. And I remember opening it, and I've been using her a lot lately.
It's really hard for me to just pinpoint one memory of Papa that is my favorite, because there are truly so many favorite memories of him, and I cherish those memories. I remember from a very young age, Papa just coming by and picking me up to go on an adventure, and that adventure could be several hours. He would take us to the park, out to shopping, just wanted to spend time with us, and that I really appreciated about Papa. Was just his genuine desire to spend time with us and be a part of our lives. Papa was also our number one cheering squad and fan at events such as like our recitals, our basketball games. He was so proud and so excited to be there and excited to see us. I think we can all agree that we just learned to really know what it means to love other people and to serve other people through watching Papa just live his life. And so he has left a great legacy for us, and we truly miss him, but we love you so much, Papa.
Papa was the best great-grandpa in the entire world. My two favorite things to do with him were do puzzles and go to Chick-fil-A. Whenever Nanny was home teaching us, after we did lots of school, she'd say, "Oh, Ray, do a puzzle with Jack and Joe," and then he'd be like, he'd get up like a boy, he'd just get out, and then he would put down his newspaper, he'd go, and then he'd like, "Oh, Jack, get the puzzle." I'm like, I go to the playroom, I get the dinosaur puzzle, because that was our favorite. Never the United States of America presidents. And then he would do it with us. Like, he would work together. He did like half. Well, me and Joe did like quarter. We split it. We split half, so he did more than us. And then whenever we went to Chick-fil-A, he stole my fries. Every time, even when he had the big ones, he still stole my fries. He was clever in the ways he stole my fries. Like, he was like, "Hey, look at that, there's a kid waving at you, Jack." And then I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Hey, not nice." But he wouldn't return it, but, well, he did return it in his own fries that he has not touched. And that's it.
We all know that Papa Ray was a man's man, very brave, courageous, strong, gifted, but he was also gentle, quiet, and very humble. I saw Papa Ray as an observer and a listener. He would treasure bits of information in his heart and mind so that he could communicate with each person in their area of interest. I loved his humility. And C.S. Lewis said that humility is not thinking less of oneself, but thinking of oneself less. I think we can all say that Papa Ray did that. It was a blessing to have him in our lives. It is a blessing to have memories of him, to remember what he taught us, how he taught us through his life and through his words. And we will miss him, but we will see him again.
My favorite two things about Papa. So when I asked to join us, no Patty will always say yes, bro. And he read me books. So what?
So one of the lessons that I learned from Papa Ray was that you can tell a lot about what is important to somebody by how they live their life. And it was evident by how Papa spent his time, it was evident what was important to him and what he loved. He spent a lot of time with his family. Growing up, he would be at our house every single day. He spent a lot of time serving the Lord and being in ministry with my grandma, and then also making time to go to church and setting aside hours each day to pray for his family. So although he wasn't somebody who was very vocal about their opinion, it was evident to look back and see what was important to him. And so one of the last things that I told Papa Ray was that I wanted to be more like him. And it's true. It's something I think that we all want to be more like, is that by watching our lives, you can tell what's important to us. So we'll miss you, Papa Ray.
One of my favorite memories of Papa is how many times I could call him and ask him to help me with some project, and he would always show up, and he would help me. He usually ended up finishing the project for me. I would ask him, hey, do you have a piece of scrap wood that I could use to work on this project? And he would pull out his notepad and say, well, what is it that you want? And he would write it down. And he always ended up rebuilding a dresser, chairs. He did a table. He did a nightstand for me. And another time he came over and I asked him, can you hang up this curtain rod in my kitchen? He said, sure. And so he was working on it. And then he came out and he said, oh, I have to run to Lowe's to get something for it. I'll be right back. And after he came back, he finished and he asked me to come in and look at it. And he had bought white lace curtains for the curtain rod that he had hung. And that's what he went to Lowe's for. And he said, oh, you look like you needed these curtains in your kitchen. And I love them. And he was just constantly thinking of us and ways to serve others. And we're really going to miss Papa. He's a very special grandpa to us. One of the most recent conversations I had with him, we were sitting on the couch watching my 3 kids play, and he's pretty quiet, but he was looking and then he stopped and he said, you've done a really great job with your kids. They're going to turn out okay. And that really meant a lot to me, that he took the time to say genuinely kind words to others, and he meant them. And I love you, Papa.
This is Toby, Bronson, and Brady. And we just wanted to say, what?
I love you, Nana Mitchell. I love playing basketball with you.
Bronson says he loves playing basketball with Papa. That was one of his happy memories, right, Bronson? Yeah. We have so many happy memories of Papa Ray. But I think something that stands out the most to me is that Papa Ray never said he was too busy, ever.
Blah, 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 blah.
He was always available.
Blah, 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 blah.
So I met the Gutierrez family. I was 19. Actually met them when I was 16, and Ray and I were in youth group together at Ventura Missionary Church. We started dating when we were 19, and so I started spending time over at their home, and it was always such a happy home with his parents and Steve and Diana, and we had a lot of happy memories and fun times. We would play games and be silly and just hang out, and their devotion to the Lord was always so evident and so prevalent in their family. My in-laws God was just always the center of their home, and the Bible, and even our birthday songs that we would sing at birthdays had several verses, and one of them would say, take Christ as your Savior, then you will have 2 birthdays, meaning a spiritual birthday, being born again. Faith was definitely the main theme of their home and their life. And then, of course, Ray and I got married in 1982, and our children started coming along and absolutely adored their grandparents, and they called Ray's dad Papa Ray, and Papa Ray would do just about anything for them, take them anywhere, buy them anything. I had to keep an eye on him that he wouldn't spoil them, but he was just so generous and just loved them so much. If they needed to go somewhere, he would drive, or he would sneak out and they would sneak in with a secret bag and with a Lego or something in it, and or just whatever they needed. He was just always available and always there, and as well as Ray's mom. One thing that's really special to me is the ministry that Ray's parents both had and have with Child Evangelism Fellowship, and they were definitely a team. I'm thinking my father-in-law, I've been trying to think how many people he called in to the Little Red Schoolhouse at the fair to hear the gospel message, and I think it's got to be tens of thousands. He was our best greeter at the fair. He would get adults, teenagers, children, and they would all come to hear the good news of Jesus, and he was very passionate about them being able to hear the good news. Of course, he was a wonderful woodworker, made us many, many things. He could make anything, hutches and drawers and cabinets and bookshelves and rocking horses and desks. Always willing, always willing. So I just want to close with a couple of verses here. And this is the Bible that my in-laws, Ray and Rachel, got for me when I graduated from college. John 14, verses 1 through 4. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And that's Jesus talking and giving us the assurance of eternal life that Papa Ray absolutely had. And when Papa Ray graduated to heaven, this verse just came into my mind, even in the hospital room with him. Matthew 25:23. The Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things, and I will make you ruler over many things. Enter you now into the joy of your Lord. And that's where Papa Ray is right now, in the joy of his Lord.